Alma, most of us recognize it as a small town. But imagine living in an area 2 hours away from any big cities. Now imagine living 20 minutes from any gas station, grocery store, or any of your friends' houses. This is where we used to live in a place called Murphy, North Carolina. Now, a lot of you guys know that we moved here, but you guys really don't know anything about like our childhood and like what we grew up like eating at like restaurants and the school that we went to, some sports that we did, and like where we grew up. The sense of community and involvement within Murphy was what made it so special to me, the feeling of home and family that I will always remember. One of the most memorable parts of any place or trip is where you eat. This is what society is centered around. One of these places for me was a Mexican restaurant called Monte Alban. Now, we had lots of like good memories there. We had a spelling bee one day and we did well in it, so our principal ended up taking us out to eat during a school day, which was pretty awesome. We've also been there for birthdays, and they had this little tradition where at the birthday, or like the birthday person would wear like this huge sombrero, and it was like super goofy looking but cool at the same time. They would also have their entire staff line up around you and sing like their Spanish birthday song, and then they would dip your face in like this free dish of ice cream. Another important place in Murphy was our high school. Our high school was pretty small. It was like one hallway, and it was like connected with like the middle and elementary schools. We had like a couple of outside buildings and like one big outside gym, which was kind of randomly outside in the parking lot. We didn't have a football team, we didn't have a football field, and we didn't have a track, even though we had a track team. And our homecoming consisted of us nominating certain people for court and them dressing up and walking out during a basketball game. Now, talking about sports, our softball field, we had a pretty sketchy softball field. So like we had like some rough patches of grass in the outfield. The dirt consisted of like, honestly, pretty much pure rock where you could get like scars from sliding. Despite the field, we kind of had like a legacy of greatness because like in previous years we went to semifinals, and then we've also like pretty much always made it to playoffs, and our freshman year we ended up being conference champions too, and we had like a lot of walk-off wins, which was pretty awesome, especially when like we had a bunch of like fans come out and support us, and then after the game we would always go and run out and high-five all the little kids that were there. However, the most significant part of Murphy was our home. Our house was on this hill, lined with like a gravel driveway and some trees, and this is where we can still relive the memories we made there. Some of these memories include sharing a room with my sisters, and we had like these bunk beds when we were little that we would always like climb up and down on. I also remember Dad playing country on an old radio in the kitchen, and normally this would happen while we were making breakfast, like on a Sunday morning. He would also start trying to teach us like these country line dances, which really didn't go good because we really can't dance, but it was pretty like cool for him to like try and bond with us. I also remember setting up like a Christmas tree by the fireplace and decorations on the mantle, and then we would have like hot chocolate on Christmas morning before our grandparents would come over. So the sense of community and involvement within Murphy was what made it so special to me, the feeling of home and family that I will always remember. It was a central part of my childhood, one where we celebrated birthdays at Mexican restaurants, where we started our high school softball and softball careers, and where we grew up in the memories that we have in our old house. So even living in a small town 2 hours from anywhere, I am glad to have experienced the family environment of Murphy, North Carolina, where I grew up.